As part of my Kuala Lumpur trip, I played with a couple more subscribers, Mus and Izzy. We played Sorjana Impian after the other Sorjana Subang, ranked one of the toughest in the world, closed one of its nines for an amateur competition. I will be back to play that one day, off the tips, but we played the Sorjana Impian as a substitute. This is not a long course, but quite a technical one. It's 6,400 yards from the blues, par 73.0, slope rating 129. Musa recognized me at the clubhouse like a bouse. We took a pic. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. Playing with people who watch you on YouTube puts so many thoughts into your head. I was thinking about every tip I had ever given and if what I was doing was contradicting my ideas. I didn't want to make a total muhu of myself. The greens had been spiked and sanded, so I would have to adjust to new speed after playing the slick greens of Tropicana the day before.
Okay, not that quick.
This is Izzy, absolute legend, and I played 2 rounds with him in 2 days. He's the second DD of Malaysia. This stone cold player really had Mus in a pretzel because Izzy would pick his ball up out of the hole, smile at us and with delight announce, "Bogey!" Mus wishes he could delight in bogeys. If you want to throw other players off their game, take delight in scoring 5. Okay, so we're chopping again like a Mormish. Gotta get my head right. Yes, 1 par in a row. I was trying out the Inersis Tour 900 golf ball today. It was part of that study by My Golf Spy where they ranked it as a top value ball. Now, I don't take much notice of that study, but I agree the Chrome Soft is shorter on my iron shots, but not the driver. I've stopped using Chrome Soft and now play many other urethane covered golf balls. The Inersis Tour 900 is a superb golf ball, easily as long as anything else, with more of a stop where it lands property rather than a rip it back 8 feet one. Looking back, it wasn't a wise play. The fairway narrows at the driver distance. I ended up on the slope even though I hit a scorcher. This is such a difficult shot off the side and upslope with a short club in hand. A 2-iron laid up short of this trouble would be better. The issue is that there is just too much trouble for the driver, and pros versus cons on this hole, cons are winning. Not looking so good on the opening 4 holes, but then again, we have to play what we know on new courses. I should be hitting 2-iron off the tees so I don't set myself up with awful second shots. The headworms are really on the move now, so I tee the ball a little higher with the 2-iron and don't take a divot. This seems to work to avoid the slap at the ball. I need some pars here and I need them quickly. At this point, sometimes we have to accept that it's just one of those days. Now it's scrambling man mode engaged. I need to pop the ball up toward the greens, chip and putt, and eke out a score that isn't too disgraceful.
not even near the line I want to go on. Stop. Well left. Better, better, better.
So this is the Mus Tour 900 ball, 9 iron, from 158 yards, and that's how it sits.
You have to hit the ball, yeah. You have to hit the green catch the ball. Yeah, no, straight into the drain.
Here's what I mean by technical. I guess it's not so much technical as finicky. I had to hit a 5-iron off this tee, so I didn't hit it in the water, but I think a 6-iron was even better because I rolled through the fairway. Just one of those days, players. Another insane side hill lie, and I thought, okay, aim it even further right for the hook. But then it hooked even more. What a life. It's usually at this point that I switch off the camera to focus on getting my game and hit right. But of course, I needed to keep filming to show you players how it descends into disaster or how I turn the tide. It's all in the mindset which way it goes. Usually, it only takes one good shot in the panty to really reset the round. I knew I was hitting driver quite well, so I finally took it out on this hole which suited my eye. Panty strike.
Oh!
What a shot.
Despite that birdie, I could feel it in my water that this was still a scrambling day. Confidence was flailing, but I knew if I could just hack it up near the green in something near regulation, I'll be fine. Tee it high and let it fly. Okay, one step at a time. Fairway found, now focus on the next shot to be on or near the green. Crap shot, neutral reaction, let's move. Okay, so there goes the conservative score-saving strategy. We've found it near the next tee. This is a sign. Lady luck is shining on me. In these situations, I seem to pull off miracle shots because I'm so focused on hitting my window. This was no exception. I aim for a small target right in front of me, like an imaginary archer's bullseye ringboard. All I want is to hit it at that height. I imagine it is 6 feet in front of me. This comes from hitting in the hitting bays at golf shops. I try to replicate that feeling. Bounce, bounce.
That's the one. That's the hole in one. Bang! Short. What a shot, bro.
That's okay. Puffies is bound to happen. The slow greens are in my head, so let's chip it closer for a tap-in. Stop moaning like a child. Assuming the fade I'd been hitting, I set this up toward the bunker and the big tree, but it kept its line. Being one of those days, of course, I have a partial wedge out of a fairway bunker. This shot is as difficult as the shot after a shank. Then again, players, I should have hit the 2-iron off the tee to leave a fuller shot into the green. Remember, Matt, you are the scrambling man. Just get it on the green. Let's rattle the back of the cup for a pasquito.
Yeah, see, I think that's better than 50.
Now I want a little low fader into the left side of the fairway here. There's lots of bailout area in that cowgrass on the left there, but those trees on the right will kill my scrambling mojo. Confidence in tatters. On the top of the backswing, I think of going left, and suddenly my brain auto-corrects me into hitting an absolute shocker short and right. But I didn't short side myself, so maybe my brain was onto something there. Now I just need to chip it to tap-in-ski distance. Like a bouse. Can't go left, can't go long, can't go right. This is not looking good for the low confidence man. I should have hit 4-iron to be sure, leaving a long approach into the green. But I pumped a 2-iron into the bunker left. Oh boy. Headworms were strong.
Oh yes. Come on, slope. Hit it, slope.
Bounce right. Bounce right.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't. I'm so scared.
But then the cowgrass got the upper hand with a flyer. Now, whether this is a flyer or the Shrixon 585 irons being inconsistent, I'm not sure. But these type of shots are starting to make me question the feasibility of these clubs for my swing. I was way past the pin, and I had another tough chip from the cow velcro grass. Okay, we take 5. Putter is just stone cold today. Nothing we can do about it, and acceptance is part of healing.
No birdie, no point.
It's the 18th, and we're almost there. It's a tough little par 4 here, with a tight line on the fairway if you haven't played here before. I can say I was proud of myself after this round. This is a new course to me. Some difficult lines if you haven't played here, and with cowgrass everywhere, it was a challenge. If you haven't played in this stuff, you won't quite understand just how difficult it is to hit out of. Slow, sandy greens are my least favorite, and if I combine that with the poor play 7 or 12 years ago, I would have given up on this round by the 8th hole. I would have probably turned in a 90 or 92, bent on giving up the game. Since discovering the way of the player though, and understanding that you can hack and scramble your way to a non-disgraceful score, I haven't had a total blowout round in a long time. If you can master the game from 1 foot from the hole, to 50 yards from the hole, to 120 yards from the hole, you'll master your mental game too. You'll be confident enough to understand some days ball striking just goes out the window. You'll fall back on go-to clubs, and you'll always be able to use your finesse to save a score. That's intense. That's power. That's the way of the Big Papa player. I love it when you call me Big Papa.